I'm here with Miranda, my wife, to tell you to stop it in the comments and stop with the death threats in her DMs. It is disrespectful to her and in turn disrespectful to me. Stop it.
It's really become wild. I hope to clear the air right now and letting you all know that I never have once said that I did not know who Raven was. I only ever said that I did not grow up watching That's So Raven. I did not watch her as a child. But since getting married and meeting her in 2015, I have seen the majority of her work. I have also been at a lot of this work. So I mean, backstage at The View, 25 words or less. The list goes on and on. I love That's So Raven. I think she should have won all the Emmys. I think my wife is endlessly talented. I support her beyond. She also just isn't Raven Symoné to me. You guys must try and open your minds a little bit and understand there is more behind people that are celebrity. There is real life here. And that's why we're feeling inclined to address this, because I'm receiving so much hate for something that is really just a big spiral of internet misinformation.
And for all of the blue checks out there acting like trolls, sit down. Just thank you. No need.
Thank you, next.
Raven Symoné said not today. Satan when it comes to the mess folks have been saying about her wife, Miranda. Lately, the couple's been all over the podcast scene, promoting their own show, Tea Time with Raven and Miranda. But baby, the streets of TikTok and Twitter have been buzzing with drama thanks to some clips of their interviews. And guess what? All eyes are on Miranda. Fans are accusing her of being a low-key Raven hater after she admitted she didn't really watch Raven's shows or remember her roles from back in the day. Let's just say folks aren't feeling it, and they're letting her know. Let's clear this up. Raven's already said she actually liked that Miranda wasn't too familiar with her work before they got together. But the fans? Oh, they are not here for it. They feel like Miranda could have hyped Raven up a bit more during these interviews. One clip that really got folks talking was from their appearance on Keke Palmer's podcast. In it, Miranda straight up admitted she never watched That's So Raven back in the day, and went on to chat about what she did watch. And honey, the fans took that as a whole vibe shift. Like, where's the love for our girl Raven?
How much did you know about Raven before y'all dated? I don't know if you grew up watching her stuff or not. I mean, obviously Raven is Raven Symoné. You had to have watched That's So Raven, but maybe you weren't the biggest fan.
I actually had not watched any of That's So Raven.
Are y'all the same age?
I'm older.
I'm 35. Raven is 37.
She has no excuse.
I'm like, now, what was you doing, Miss Mama, that you didn't see That's So Raven?
I know.
Tell her, babes. Tell her what you were watching instead.
My God, here we go.
Degrassi?
No. Wow. Meet my sister. My sister watched.
No, it's not about your sister. What did you watch?
I watched Even Stevens.
She watched Lizzie
So wait a
McGuire.
minute. Okay, so you know That's So Raven. You just wasn't watching the show.
Correct. I knew of it, and I knew
you knew it watching the channel.
Yeah, totally. And I knew who Raven Symoné was.
Ish.
So you just specifically decided to avoid That's So Raven, the biggest show that Disney ever had?
Stop it. Yeah. See what I didn't. No, I made no decision.
Now, with all this chatter on social media, you know it came up again when Raven and Miranda stopped by Fanita's Bottoms Up podcast. And baby, the clips from this interview really got the streets talking. One in particular had folks clutching their pearls. Miranda casually admitted she didn't even remember Raven being in Xenon, girl of the 21st century. Yes, you heard that right. Fans were like, how are you gonna forget that? And the drama just kept brewing from there.
Have you seen Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century? Have you seen that? Have you watched it?
Yes, I have. You saw it?
I have seen that. I have seen
You've
Xenon.
seen it?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of it? Did you like it?
I thought Xenon was great. I just don't remember Raven being in it.
That's
the thing.
You were a main character, were you not?
During the episode, Fanita didn't hold back. She went straight for the tea. She brought up all the chatter about Miranda not being familiar with Raven's most iconic roles, and hit her with the question everyone's been dying to know. Could she name even one of her favorites? The energy in the room? Oh, it was give it or sip it. And fans were on the edge of their seats waiting for her answer.
My favorite thing of Ravens that you've watched, that you've actually given a look.
Before me or while she was with me?
Both.
Because I'd like to know. Actually, I don't. I really like that she doesn't know any of my stuff. Like
No,
you
wait.
said, it just makes it
I
easier.
think that this is really, I'm really trying to think if I do not think I watched anything and registered
That it was Raven?
that it was Raven before we were together. Maybe.
But you knew about me.
I knew
Yeah.
who you were, but you just like were not on my radar. I just didn't.
Is it because she was black?
Get out of here, Fanita. Oh my God.
Damn.
This is just the internet.
I'm sorry. Like, did you ever watch Hannah Montana?
No.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah. That was a good save. Good save. Come on. Great save.
Eventually, Miranda did say that College Road Trip was one of her favorites, and that she actually watched it recently along with the Cheetah Girls, which she admitted she'd never seen before. But guess what? The part where she gave College Road Trip its props? Crickets online? What did blow up, though, was her confessing she hadn't seen the Cheetah Girls until recently. Even Fanita was floored, like, "Girl, what?" And let me tell you, that little revelation sent the fans into a full-blown tizzy. The streets were in shambles. The backlash against Miranda got so real, it was messy. Fans were dragging her left and right, accusing her of being a hater, unsupportive, and just straight up tearing Raven down. It got so bad that even Fanita had to step in and address the chaos. She took to TikTok to call people out, telling them to pump the brakes. According to her, most folks hadn't even watched the full episode, so they were missing the full context. And baby, Fanita was ready to break it all down to set the record straight, because these clips were doing too much.
So I'll give y'all the missing context, because I know y'all ain't gonna go out of your way to find it yourself. You're gonna just keep using sound bites to make pieces. One, Miranda was 13 when That's So Raven was playing. I wasn't even born yet. Miranda was not watching Disney Channel. Okay? Second, she has seen That's So Raven. She's seen all of Raven's work since she's met Raven. Also, Raven does not like watching herself back. She does not like watching the stuff that she's done. All of this was said on the podcast. All of this context was said on the podcast. To the people that are like, why the f*** is Miranda even there? I wouldn't have gotten Raven without Miranda. Miranda's the one that knew me. Miranda is the one that convinced Raven to come on my podcast. So if anything, we should all be thanking Miranda, because I got to sing The Party's Just Begun because of Miranda. Also, Miranda has a very dry sense of humor. If you watched both the podcasts I did with Raven and Miranda, it's nothing but banter. It's nothing but banter and good vibes. And the YouTube comments under the actual podcast are completely different from the stupid ass think pieces on TikTok and Twitter. Completely different. Because everybody on YouTube watched the whole thing. The YouTube comments are like, oh my God, these are so funny. We love this sisterhood. We love this friendship. This is amazing. And it was amazing. It was so good to be with them. I had so much fun filming with them. They're fucking amazing. Both of them. But that was by far my favorite podcast that I filmed. Like, it was so beautiful. It was so fun. Like, the podcast is stellar. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It was amazing. It was great conversation. And the people that have watched it know all this. And it's like, damn, I can't have nothing. And what's blowing me the worst is, like, this is her wife. Like, this is her wife. Her wife can go places with her. Like, I'm sorry. Are y'all hearing yourselves? Like, y'all sound insane. But bottom line is, Miranda's not this evil villain. And also, Raven would have never dated her if Miranda was a fan of her shit.
But honey, even after Fanita tried to clear the air, the hate just kept coming. It got so bad that Raven and Miranda had to pull up on TikTok themselves to address all the noise. They sat down, face to face with the drama, and tackled everything folks had been saying about Miranda. It was giving, we said what we said, and they weren't holding back, letting fans know exactly how they felt about the mess that's been swirling online.
I'm here with Miranda, my wife, to tell you to stop it in the comments and stop with the death threats in her DMs. It is disrespectful to her and in turn disrespectful to me. Stop it.
It's really become wild. I hope to clear the air right now and letting you all know that I never have once said that I did not know who Raven was. I only ever said that I did not grow up watching That's So Raven. I did not watch her as a child. But since getting married and meeting her in 2015, I have seen the majority of her work. I have also been at a lot of this work. So I mean, backstage at The View, 25 words or less. The list goes on and on. I love That's So Raven. I think she should have won all the Emmys. I think my wife is endlessly talented. I support her beyond. She also just isn't Raven Symoné to me. You guys must try and open your minds a little bit and understand there is more behind people that are celebrity. There is real life here. And that's why we're feeling inclined to address this, because I'm receiving so much hate for something that